What's up, YouTube? I am back with another video. Took a month's break just to self-reflect and dive deeper within my own mind. Not gonna lie, I was depressed. I was feeling kind of sad, but we're all human. We all go through emotions. We all have these certain emotions that we feel, and I felt that taking that month off was the only way for me to, um, you know, overcome that. And I might do that a lot. Knowing me, I might do that a lot because, well, not like too often, but like, every once in a while, because when you're constantly trying to push, you could drain yourself out, and then you could burn out your mind and your emotions, and just, you know, it's all bad. It's all bad. You don't want to just try to force yourself into feeling a way. You want to allow yourself to feel certain emotions and, let them express, and then be like, okay, cool, I'm not living here, but I'm just gonna allow this to express because I am a human. I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people forget to do is allow their emotions to express, especially when you're in this hustle culture or trying to be somebody culture. you know, it's always, you have to stay positive, you have to stay positive. And it's like, well, no, we're not always positive. We're not positive all the time. We're not sure all the time. You know, we don't know what to do all the time. So let me be human for a second and evaluate these emotions, analyze these emotions, and figure out what's best for me uh, to deal with it. You know what I mean? So that's what I was doing this whole month, was just self-reflecting, looking at my own life, and realizing that the only thing that I can do is my purpose, and the only thing that brings me joy is my purpose. Because once you find your purpose and then you try to steer away from that, you realize that nothing else works. Nothing else makes you feel happy, doesn't give you fulfillment. It just brings you misery because you're not doing what you're meant to do. You know, this is why it's important to always follow your purpose with a passionate heart, with a full drive, full force, because that's the only thing that's really going to bring you joy. When you try to steer off the path and go a different route that's not meant for you, everything just gets out of whack. Everything just feels like you're suffering. That's the number one sign that it's not meant for you. Yeah, as a human, we have to go through these stages of not knowing who we are and doing things that aren't in alignment, but we're not meant to live there. We're not meant to always stay in these certain realms of hell. We're not meant for that. Especially the chosen ones, especially people who have some type of vision about life. You're not meant to continuously having to do something you don't like doing in order to do something that you love. How about you do something that you love all around? How about you suffer? Well, how about you go through the suffering of achieving your goals instead of the suffering of moving away from your goals? Because the farther you move away, the harder it is to get to where you want to be. You got two choices. The choice is yours. The choice is always yours. Which path are you gonna take? And that's one thing that I've been looking at and within myself. Which path am I gonna take? The easy path that everybody else is taking, or the path that I know it might be hard, but it's gonna get me somewhere? Both paths have the same challenges. It's just, one is slightly more secure, I guess, if you want to look in a money aspect, but the other one is more fulfilling. I'd rather have a fulfilling life, living a life of doing exactly what I envision myself doing, instead of living a life of wishful thinking. Because the wishful thinking is a terrible thing. Like desire. Desire, honestly, is somewhat of a terrible thing. It's like a deep wishful state. And that's what I've noticed. It's a deep wishful state. So I stopped saying I desire. I started saying I have. I'd rather not live my life like that. You know, I see a lot of people in the world, and I'm not judging. This is not a judgment, it's just an analysis. I see a lot of people, you know, going through their day in this pit of desire. Oh man, I just desire millions of dollars, and it's like, you know, stop putting it on a pedestal and realize that you're worthy of it. You know, I've realized a lot when I sat back and was actually grateful for being able to be out here in this beautiful nature spot. You know, when I finally, you know, realized that I have all this equipment for music to make all these tracks. You know what I'm saying? I stopped living in the world of desire when I realized and started being grateful for these things. Because what I truly realized is that these things aren't a pedestal. These things are eye level with me. The object pedestalizes me in a sense. You know what I mean? You know, it's no longer a chase. When you constantly live in the world of desire and wanting, you enter this world of always, you know, chasing, never patient. You can't even be patient enough to watch a full-length video, let alone be patient enough to get millions of dollars to go outer space and be an astronaut or work for NASA or work for the CIA or work for wherever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't make it through a 10-minute video, you're not gonna be able to make it make it that far. You know? You gotta stop chasing it. You gotta stop wanting and desiring it. I forgot where I was going with that, to be honest. You know, I'd rather have my videos be 100% natural than be scripted and all this other stuff that's like, man, you're just reading a script. He's not even trying to be human. Well, I'm being human with you. And that's what I want to do on this channel. That's what I'm doing on this channel. I'm not saying one. I'll correct myself every time I say one. That's what I'm doing on this channel. I'm reaching millions of people, being extremely natural, being as human as possible, making all the mistakes and making all the most nonsense as possible, because that's human language. You ever been talking to somebody and you're just like, just rambling words and you just really don't know what's going on, but you get the gist? You know, let's bring that into society. let's show the world the realness of conversation. Or sometimes you forget your train of thought, missed video or missed conversation where you're like, you know, you ever been talking to somebody and you're just like going on a real rant and then you just stop and then they look at you and then you look at them and then you're like, and they're like, what happened? And you're like, man, I forgot what I was talking about. It was so good, I just blanked out. You know? But anyways, once I realized I had all these things, I stopped trying to desire so many things in a sense of like, it's ahead of me, it's beyond me. You know, I realized that it's my vibrational energy that has to align with it instead of my physical third dimensional self. You know, not living in that world of wishful thinking. But yeah, that's what I've been doing this month. It's just self-analysis. Learning how to be more natural, like I just was talking about. But learning how to just be more natural. Because honestly, I'm just tired of trying to have to be something, you know? Always having to, well, I think my light, okay. Always having to, you know, impress or like, you know, have a certain character. I'm just focused on being natural. I took time to just step back, look at my YouTube channel, look at even my TikTok, even my music, and was like, you know what? I'm tired of having to try to be somebody, and I'm just gonna be who I already am. You know what I mean? And I realized that me doing that, I've became the person I'd always wanted to be. It's funny. It's funny how it works. It's amazing how it works. But yeah, you know, that's a major thing, is to not try to be somebody you're not. To That's another thing I've learned this month, is just try not to be somebody who you're not. I know when we grow older, I'm only 22, 22, synchronicity, and my life has actually been very synchronistic ever since I turned 22, and like it's amazing, but yeah, you know, I know that growing up, you know, if you're young watching this, and I hope you're young, because I'm focused on speaking to my fellow young people out there. You know, I know getting out there in life is like, oh, I have to be this way, I have to be that way, I have to be this way, I have to be that way, I have to look like this, I have to look like that, I gotta talk like this, I gotta act like that, I gotta dress like this, I gotta move like that, I gotta walk like this, I gotta like her, I gotta like him, I gotta da-da-da-da, I gotta believe in this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all this stuff that's piled on your mind, and it's like, you don't have to be any of that. All you have to be is who you decide to be, and just let go. Just let go. Let go and move, and you will naturally move towards that. You don't have to be anybody else but the person you feel you should be inside. If you feel like a certain thing, a certain move is right, a certain, you know, style is right for you, if you feel like a certain place to go, and or like whatever, if you feel like something is right for you, just go for it. Just do it, because that's who you are, and that's the only thing that will ever matter. Not all this other stuff that the world's pressurizing you to, you know, be on. You know, the only thing that matters is what are you doing what you want to do? Are you listening to yourself instead of Instagram with all this motivational stuff, instead of TikTok with all this over sexualized stuff? Are you listening to yourself? That's the only thing that matters in this world, is if you're listening to yourself. You don't have to even listen to me. I don't care who you listen to. I'm here to just remind you of who you truly are. And my hair tie. Just, hold on, came undone. Natural. No cuts. That was all real. You see me tie my hair back. All right, anyways. But yeah, the only thing that matters in life is just if you are being who you truly wish to be, and not trying so hard just to get likes and just to get verified, and all this validation, and draining yourself and beating yourself up because you didn't do this right, or you didn't speak right in this conversation. That's not life. This is coming from somebody who is young. I am young. You know what I'm saying? I'm young forever. I'm young forever. I'm always in the sun. Sunlight brings me infinite youth, right? Even though I'm already young, you know, I've been on this journey since I was born, really. I was born off of Deepak Chopra and what's his name? Not Dr. Wayne Dyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been on this shit. So, but that's just a side note. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, whatever. I'm done making this video. You guys do you. Be natural, and just let go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to just kill who you truly are and lock yourself up inside of a mental cage. It's not worth it at all.